All right, I'm live. All right, so I noticed that a lot of you haven't started your pop-up, so I'm going to extend the deadline. But in the meantime, I'm going to create another intermediate assignment to get done before Thanksgiving. So I'd like you to all produce a mock-up like this before you start your final. And then when you start your final pop-up piece, you notice on this one, like these are all very clean. It's because I've hidden all of the tabs. So I've actually made incisions in here and like tucked it in and glued it. So I picked, you guys are doing Itsy Bitsy Spider. So I chose Little Red Riding Hood. So I did a sketch. Show the camera. But this is what my sketch is going to look like. So my plan is to have Little Red Riding Hood and a wolf behind some bushes. Now, for the rubric that I gave you guys, you remember that 2 pop-ups is extra credit, right? Yep. Like if you have to do 1, but if I have another pop-up piece, I can earn 2 extra credit points. So this is my idea, right? And this bush counts as a second pop-up piece. So show the camera, see what's going on here. And then when it opens up, I've got, so basically I used the horizontal V mechanism for Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. You notice how that is all one piece. Mm-hmm. And then I put this extension on there and I put a bush so like the wolf is like creeping behind her, right? So that this is a totally separate piece. You see that, Stephen? So that would count as my second pop-up. So that when it pops up, the wolf is actually physically behind that. Now, with this mock-up, there's an issue, and the issue is that it doesn't open all the way. So with the mock-up, if something doesn't work right, I'd like you to take it apart and fix it so that when you do your final, you don't have to make any kind of modifications. You know exactly what your final is going to look like. And you'll notice that like my drawing on like that's Little Red Riding Hood. So don't spend a whole lot of time making your mock-up look good. You want it to work well. Another thing with the horizontal V, you know that you see that I have these lines drawn. So I'm going to make this a little bit more of an aggressive angle. So I'm going to I'll go 50 degrees from the middle.
I want to watch Red Riding Hood now.
And I'll draw that line. So the problem, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the problem with that first pop-up was they were still kind of droopy when I opened it up, and I don't want them to be. I want them to open up fully so that you can see. You don't have to like lean back and look. So I'll just use a little bit of rubber cement on here. Like that. And then I'll take my finger and rub off any of that extra rubber cement that's on there. And that's why we use rubber cement, because it comes off. We can clean it up. Not like white glue where the residue, it just dries up and it's all clumpy. So now still kind of slumps over. It's a little bit better. I wonder if I lower. This is probably too short. There we go. Nope, that doesn't work. Shorten that.
Does she look?
There we go. That feels better. It doesn't. Doggone it. I wonder why that's doing that.
What is it doing?
It's like, I guess it works. I'm not super happy about it, but it's manageable, I suppose. Like I wish that this opened up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like it looks like it's slumping over, but it's this angle improved it a little bit. I'm gonna leave it like that though. So I've got Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf drawn. So now these are my final pieces. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these out. These do?
Mhm.
Thanks. And I'm gonna cut them out sloppy because I'm rushing.
That's sloppy.
Right. This blade is crappy too. Now, I'm going to cut these out all the way. But I know that, like, for my mock-up, like, I'm going to have grass in there. And the grass is what's going to be. They need you.
Oh, I'll get them.
Oh shoot! I forgot $20.
You got till tomorrow.
No, Miss Butcher said it
Says the 16th is the last day that you can have those things in.
Today's last day. It's $20. You get to do
It said on the flyer, it says tomorrow's the last day to get double arm length. What basket are you gonna put in? You gonna try to win one of my cheese trays?
Huh?
You gonna try to win one of my cheese trays?
The cheese trays.
Yeah.
Mr. Day was talking about that. She was the funniest thing I ever heard.
Why?
Because she was just like, you guys might not use that, but I might want me a nice cheese tray. She's like, or you can save it when you get older and you have like a wine party or something. I'm like, a wine party.
Yeah.
Wait, so we have to have a finished
Huh?
product of that and then do it again, or we just need that?
You just need. So no. You'll have to have a finished product.
Obviously.
But
that's
I
just
want
nice.
this. I want this before Thanksgiving. So now your due date. The due date doesn't really change. It just the assignment that's due on that day changes.
Like, I gotta do that.
Like this took me. I did this in 20 minutes this morning.
Okay.
So
I don't have
it's right, but you've got 3 days now. You've got 3 hours to get it done.
Ooh, the Pure Beauty Med Spa basket. It's a $190 gift certificate, hand lotion, body wash, and body lotion.
I should try to get that so that
Do
I
you golf?
can, sometimes.
Is it golf?
That's funny. You golf, Mr. Brown.
Huh?
You golf.
Sometimes.
The
I'm
estimated
not good
value
at
is
it.
$465.
My brother golfs, so like when he comes to town, I'll go golfing with him, but I'm terrible.
That's crazy. You got a sister?
Do I have a sister? No. No.
Let's say he answered my question. He didn't know if he had a sister or not.
Oh, man, if I had a sister, gosh, I don't even know.
Anybody want binoculars and a tripod? That's a stargazing basket.
That's crazy. Because Mr. Bay talked about that too. She's like, Mr. Dubay was not really bad. And then she was like, but don't tell him. She's like, I got him for Christmas. So that's why she told me he couldn't enter to get it.
Ooh, I like this
He
one.
could. She told him not that he couldn't enter.
Yeah. Because she got it for him already.
This one's Cards for Carbs. Theo's, Happy Pizza, Buffalo Wild Wings.
See, that's
Dodgers,
probably- I mean-
Braves, Jets.
Theo's.
I'm gonna have a hard time not putting it in for food.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Mr. Brown, you text Burger yesterday
I
to get that
did.
middle flip burger.
I did.
You did.
Oh, those are good. Those are.
so
Oh, my
I'm
bad.
gonna use this as my page for my pop-up book.
I really gotta do this, Mr. Brown. I
Yeah.
can do my pop-up look. My pop-up
So-
page.
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna put my grass on here. Actually, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, this is my thing.
Well, I'll just cut. Ugh.
The way he cut in the paper, you would know that if he was looking.
That's how you make a clean cut. So I'm gonna use my ruler and
Why you put that ruler down?
so now I'm gonna use the grass as actually going to be my horizontal V, and really essentially what I'm doing is I'm gonna glue Red Riding Hood here and the wolf here. So I'm using, now here's the part that's critically important, is the parts that are folded and glued have to be absolutely straight, because if they're crooked, if you just eyeball it, it's not going to fold up. Now I'm using the back of the blade very gently to score this paper so that my fold is crisp and clean. Yeah, have you had those new tenders? The barbecue, the honey barbecue?
I tried to get that to me because I was trying to get the crispy chicken tender. Because I kept asking for a glazed bun and they were confused. You know the glazed bun that you had? I thought you were supposed to say glazed, so she kept looking at me funny and I'm like,
Glazed bun.
yeah. Chris said it was called a glazed bun. They lied.
You smell Krispy Kreme?
Chris, who?
Yeah, Chris, what?
It's like Krispy Kreme.
Oops.
All right, so
You get a free one.
Oh.
I'll be get a free one.
Only one know what
I'm going to now make my marks on the back. So this is the inside, right? It's going to open up like this. So I'm going to make my marks on the back of this, and I'm going to use a protractor so that my lines are so the lines that I cut are precise. So from here to here, and from here to they are in a, on my shelf, there's a clear plastic box, and there's a bag inside of that clear plastic box. Perfect. You got it. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to cut this in the middle. I'm actually going to start my cut here. So that means that I'm going to eliminate from there, and then I'm going to stop it there. And I'll show you what I'm cutting off here in just a second. So So I cut that front piece so that I don't have to cut this right here, right? And then I will cut cut that. Cut that. And now this is going to whoops. I cut it at the wrong angle. Embarrassing. All of it. So I'm just I'm showing how to make it clean.
Yeah.
Because you want to hide because if these are on top, if these are on the page,
Don't look as good.
it's just not going to look as good and there's going to be glue everywhere, right?
Yeah, you suck.
And then when you close and open, like your book's going to get stuck.
Oh yeah.
So this is going to tuck in there, and this is going to tuck in there.
Did all the other pop-up books look like that, and we just didn't notice it?
No. So I'm raising the standard for you guys.
Sweet.
So then now Little Red Riding Hood will go here, and the wolf will go here. But first, yeah, actually I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to glue her, and I'm going to glue him.
So why do you use so much glue for her if she'll be laying down? You're not laying down. Like, that's stupid. Like,
I'd rather use too much than not enough. Because, like I said before, like after this glue dries, I can take my thumb and rub that off. And then, but I know now that there is glue entirely underneath him. So I'm not going to have to worry about any little tabs or flaps sticking up. So now that they're up, I'm going to build the bush. Another.
That's a good looking bush.
Things in nature are random
Why is the bush so big?
because the wolves hiding behind it.
You wear a tab need to be the same size.
Like the same length? No.
Well, that's not even to do our thing. That's just to do that, is what he's telling us to do. Because he said that's in the whole other project. This due before Thanksgiving. And then the actual fucking cookbook is not due till.
It's live.
Yeah, treasure.
Really, Brendan?
Yeah, so this is due before Thanksgiving.
So I have to do that.
What's that say?
I just wanted to
And
say
they wished
hello.
us a good morning over the PA. That was
That's
nice.
what he said. Tip your spoon.
Oh, marvelous. So the other thing is, like, this bush has to be on the same angle as this. So when this closes, if this bush is off, if that angle's off, when it closes, it's going to rip this tab in the middle. What?
Listen to what you were doing.
Oh, I'm doing this is 3D too,
This is a
man.
better
You got
video.
stuff to do.
I want to edit this.
Nope, it's live, man. There's no
You
editing.
can't edit it.
Are you gonna go back to your band?
Huh?
Band.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, sign out, take the pass.
I'm so bored. Wait, okay, so
We should interview.
is this basically you want a rough draft
No.
of what our page? Shut up.
Yeah.
Or what our page is gonna look like, and then that would technically be our page, like what you're doing now.
Yeah, so let me wrap this up and then I'll turn you guys loose. So my next move is to cut. So I have to keep track of how I've organized my space, right? So those are going to slide in like that. And I have cardstock too that I can put like on the back of that just to stand them up a little bit more because this paper is kind of flimsy, right? So I can put a spine.
Card stuff.
Like the stuff that the 3D1 used for the diorama, like thicker tag board poster board kind of stuff. So this is going to go here, but obviously these tabs are going to slide in. I'll rubber cement them. And then actually I'll just do that now.
Stop. No.
No,
Wait. Oh.
So this fold has to be aligned with the fold of the paper. So now I'm going to fold this up.
you don't gotta do that.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to show you how I do that.
I did not know you had to glue it.
Yep.
It keeps slipping out.
You know. It's hard with carpal tunnel too, because right now I can't feel my fingers.
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
my carpal tunnel amuses you.
What is carpal tunnel?
It's when you can't feel your fingers. All right, so that folds up. So I'm going to leave that closed.
Why can't you feel your fingers?
What's that?
Why can't you? Why do you have that?
Why?
'Cause
What?
My carpal tunnel.
It's like when he said he was gonna
It's
have an
like- it's-
aneurysm yesterday.
Yeah, but my carpal tunnel is
It's like
real.
a panic attack.
Oh.
It's because I
Just look at your knees.
would do stuff with my hands. Drumming doesn't help it.
Nobody asked you.
Like, was your pinky always bent like that?
This pinky?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this finger, I broke that finger and it healed like that.
It feels stupid.
Yeah, it did.
Y'all bold.
Did you put a
Y'all
cast?
leave it alone. Y'all know he lied. Why you embarrassing?
No.
Did you put a cast on it or something?
It's okay because I did the same to my.
So you just left it wrong.
Yeah, me and my friend we're in the gym, and
It's okay. I did the same thing.
we were throwing the basketball full court to each other, trying to sink full court shots. And I put my hand up, the basketball landed on it, and that's
Mr. Brown, you was a slow kid, okay?
that's a broken finger.
That don't even make no sense.
You know you slow sometimes. You can't
What's wrong with
just
you?
Treasure again?
I just ripped it,
Oh, gotta restart.
so don't rip it. So the last thing, I would take a piece of tape and cover this just to prevent it from ripping. Put a piece of tape there. And then, like I said, I would cut a line here so that I can put that bush in there. And then I would, once I got that bush in there, I can add that extra little tab, this piece here. And the distance from here to here has to be the same as the distance from here to here. Cool?
So if you put the tab on first, when,
The tab on first would actually work better,
Teacher.
right?
then you know the distance.
And where are you putting the tab? On the wolf or on the grass?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, as long as it's got to be level. So basically,
Oh,
it would
This.
this and this are parallel, and this are parallel.
The one she's talking about is the first one.
Okay,
I'll take that.
All right.
does that help?
How come she was
Yep.
Okay. So this is now online. It's a 23-minute video.
Oh.
Is that gonna be your thumbnail?
No, my thumbnails got branded.
Okay. No,
Brandon.
my thing is because against you, but shut up.
Stream.